Testing.
Check
1, 2.
2.
Oh,
You have to talk loud, like you're gonna
okay.
talk.
Okay, didn't know. I thought I had to be quiet. But look at you, you're so professional.
Oh, sorry.
No, I like it. Okay, so testing. 1, 2.
Yeah, you can talk normal and talk loud.
It picks.
That's how you talk.
And talk loud.
Yeah.
I'll be screaming at one point. It's fine.
Me.
Okay, testing. Maybe it's better by the pillows.
Why do you think it's better by the pillows?
Because it's like not bouncing off of like the table. I don't know. Like this is like cushy over here. Yes. Did it sound echoey to you?
I mean, now that like I'm thinking about it, yeah.
We are so professional.
We're like gonna come up with a way to like make it stay, so you don't have to hold it the whole time.
We're gonna what?
But you hold it usually.
I hold it, yeah, just because I don't know. I like it.
So Memes has done one.
A lot. Many. She's like unofficial co-host.
Oh, that's so sweet. I didn't know.
It's just been interesting because she's like so much younger than me, so we get 2 totally different perspectives in lives. Anyways, hi world, it's Jenguin. Welcome to Ill For Real. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Around here, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And her name is Alyssa.
Hi world.
Hi world. We're getting really cozy on the couch, like her son Cade says. We're gonna snuggle up, and we tried to give her mini mic so that we can both have separate mics, but wasn't successful. Knock, Jenny in editing. Don't mind me, just popping in here to say, for the first maybe 10 minutes, it's a little hard to hear Alyssa. We were sharing a microphone, we were sitting on a couch. The front end of the mic was facing a little more towards me, so it's hard to hear her, but deeper in conversation, and if you could just hang on, just bear with me for a few minutes, you will hear her much clearer in the more important parts of the conversation and when she's speaking more. So that's the good news. Bad news is I don't know why when I first start speaking to someone, especially on a recording, I get this weird, nervous, just anxious laugh. Nothing's funny. I'm just obnoxiously laughing about anything, and I'm more self-conscious of it than anything. I'm very sorry for your ears. If it bothers you, just bear with me. Just hang on there for a few more seconds. It gets better. I'm so sorry. Okay, then bye. We're already laughing behind the scenes while we're testing the audio, and Alyssa was like, ew, because we took a selfie. It's the middle. Well, it's not the middle of the night. What time is it?
It's certainly not the middle of the night. I wouldn't be doing this podcast right now if it was the middle of the night. It's the middle of the night at 8:45 p.m. And we took a selfie, so I'll post it on Instagram stories so you guys can all see. If you don't know who my friend Alyssa is, that's who's with us today. And it was just funny because she was like, ew. And she's like, oh, wait, that's what the podcast is called. It's fine. I forgot.
It's literally called Ill For Real. But I'm excited because I don't usually have adult guests. Usually it's Mimi's with me on the podcast, and she's literally a child.
Literally.
So I literally act like a child with her. I'll probably still act like a child, but we spoke earlier in the car about like what we would want to talk about if we did a podcast episode together, because I've been wanting to interview like friends and family like in my life, just about like, I don't know, everyday things and stuff that people don't usually like to talk about, or just kind of, I don't know, venting in a way, but ending with positivity and just being able to be uplifting and, like you just said a second ago, encouraging. And Alyssa's one of my friends who's really good at that. She's like a positive little sunbeam in my life of depresso. So you guys get some happiness today for once. Probably like, finally. First, I'll let you introduce you. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure.
Okay, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Alyssa. I have never been on a podcast before, but I'm an avid listener. So I'm just going to pretend like I'm a pro.
You are a pro. Oh. You were literally like, you have to speak into the mic, Jenny.
So I know how to speak into a mic because I am a singer.
Oh, nice
yes,
segue.
Thank you. Worship leader, but a vocal coach. I manage a music studio. I have a husband who's amazing. And we have a son who is going to be 2 in October. So we are just really doing the thing. And Jenny is our vagabond.
Dumpster garbage eating.
No, we say vagabond like the most endearing way.
No, I love it.
Like we are her safe
Jenny's
place,
our vagabond.
Soft place to land when she comes home off the road, and it's the best. Like,
you know, every vagabond needs a nice place to sleep.
Absolutely. But since you said something nice about me,
oh my gosh,
I'll say something nice about you right off the bat here.
Crickets. Crickets. See, she can't even think of anything. I'm just kidding.
No, like it's just that you make me laugh and you bring me joy. And it's like having a sleepover some nights. Like I get to live with my best friend. At like coming out of a like really hard time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when I have like bouts of bad days that you really understand, and we're just there for each other. Like we just like totally hold space for each other, and make sure we eat and shower and laugh once a day.
We can like go times too, like if I'm traveling without speaking and still catch up.
Oh yeah. So that is who I am in this present time. I am.
But that's how we met, is because the music school.
Yes. And so that is how we are friends. I was a part of hiring Jenny at our music school.
Oh my gosh.
It was, the position's called studio coordinator, but essentially make sure everybody's happy. The teachers, the parents, the students, make sure the studio's clean. A lot of customer service.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, a lot of people, I think I've spoken about this on the podcast before. They think, because I say I work at a music school and they know that I sing, they're like, oh, do you teach guitar? Like, do you teach singing or whatever? Right. I'm like, no, I don't think I ever really had a desire to teach, but I'm trying to remember how I came to interview for HGS.
I think you saw a job listing, or you know who sent you. Slenderman.
Oh my
He who shall not be named.
Slenderman. Not the other who shall not be named that I'm always talking about. This is a different. There are many who shall not. A lot of issues. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a random person. I think he might have mentioned that you guys were hiring, so I like looked on Google.
Yes, like I think you found the job listing.
And you guys were like actively looking for someone to replace Victoria. Not replace her. Like you were taking Victoria's position at the music school. What the heck is that? Some random person on Instagram is calling me.
Ew.
You never know what you're gonna get. Guys. This is my little sister's Instagram. There's a boy calling her. Juliana.
Live on the podcast.
Live? I don't think my mom listens to this. I'm like, who's this boy? There's a boy calling her on Instagram.
At 9 p.m.
At 9 p.m. She's in trouble. When I get to my mother's house, I'm just kidding. I really hope. I don't think my mom listens to this. She'll probably be like, excuse me? But yeah, I think I was just like desperately looking for a new job because I was waitressing and bartending.
Yeah.
And I was like,
worked at a bank.
You always say that. You worked at a bank. That was like 35 years ago. But
yeah. You did work at a bank.
But that was like probably on my resume. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago from like when I started at HGS. But yeah, I don't know.
When we met you, you were like still picking up shifts at
yeah. Oh yes, we all remember the first Saturday that I worked at the music school.
So Jenny was coming in on a Saturday to do some training.
I started in October.
Yes. So first of all, she shows up late to her first day on the job.
I don't even. Sorry, that's me.
With a full face of Dios de los Muertos sugar skull paint. but that she had slept on. So it was like,
oh my gosh,
you know, a little rubbed off from the pillow. Her hair was the same from the night before.
It was patchy and crusty.
Yeah. And
I was pretty late, now that I remember. Yes, I was like 30 minutes late.
Oh, yeah. She was late and had a skull face to her first day on the job.
It was my first day.
That was, yes.
What an embarrassment.
So it was a good conversation starter all day for the parents and students.
Because it was like around Halloween time.
Thankfully, it was around Halloween time. Yeah.
And I hosted a Halloween party because I used to have these big Halloween bangers.
They were the best. Like, I had only been to a couple.
Fun.
But it was amazing.
I went all out. And so I was a sugar skull one night. And I literally, I don't think I was hungover.
No, you had just slept in. And now that I know, you really can sleep through anything.
Today is a good example of that.
Yes.
Yeah. I slept on her couch last night because I just didn't want to like sleep downstairs like by myself. For context, I think I've mentioned on here, I stay with Alyssa in her home. Like there's like basically an apartment downstairs, bathroom and like a room to myself. There's like a side door if I ever want to come and not go through their kitchen. But when I'm in town in Indiana, if I'm not like staying at my mom's, I'm here at Alyssa's. And why was I saying any of this?
Oh, that sometimes you just like to sleep up here with us.
Oh, yeah. So last night I was like, I think I'm going to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear, she said her son Cade like woke up crying this morning.
Oh, yeah. And we play like cars on Jenny, essentially. And
literally just sprawled out like an animal.
Yes. And she doesn't move. I mean, you weren't even stirring, okay? Like,
people don't believe me.
We were watching Frozen. We were singing songs.
You said at one point you were like playing ukulele the other day. I didn't hear crap.
Oh yeah, Kate had like 100 meltdowns. Yeah. It
didn't wake me up. I was already starting to stir awake, but he has this new little toy. It's like a karaoke machine with a microphone, and it's Bluetooth to Alyssa's phone.
And it was turned up really loud.
Luckily, I was like already kind of awake, but if I wasn't, that would have scared the shit out of me.
Oh, for sure.
It was like, what song was it? It was like heavy metal, like song. Screaming music.
Yeah, my son is going to be 2, and his favorite band is Being as an Ocean, and that is Dear God by Being as an Ocean.
I'm sure someone will know.
Yeah, we should like patch in a clip.
Oh my gosh. Insert clip. Okay, you ready for this? Good morning, Nani.
But like seriously, it is his favorite song. We are raising him to like heavy music. He's fully indoctrinated to be a musician.
Yeah. His name is Cadence.
Yes. Yeah. So he has a musician name. He loves all things guitar.
Well, because your husband is also a musician.
Yes.
Josh plays guitar.
Yeah.
You guys do music together, worship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I always end up rabbit trailing, but I like that because people who don't know you are just getting to know you. I mention your name often because I'm like, I'm at Alyssa's house, sweet. And people are probably like, who the hell is Alyssa? So there's Alyssa.
So yes, I'm not really on social media anymore, at least for right now, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it's been a long stretch, the longest stretch ever.
Really?
And that has like less to say about how great I am and more to say about how great I'm not, because I have no self-control and like I use it to cope. And I have like a toddler, so if I'm like staring at my phone, he's like gonna fall off the couch or something, or like end up outside somehow, or I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just like let it go, and then I'm just more present now. And we were talking the other day, realizing that I felt close to all these people in my life, like friends, I was just gonna segue family. To this. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it's called the parasocial relationships that you have with people you know or don't even know. And it made me realize how, I really actually haven't texted this person in probably a month. And so it just makes me more, I don't know, like intentional as a friend and diligent about reaching out. And if you want to have friends as a mom and an adult, like, you just have to reach out. Yeah. And everyone like wants someone to reach out to them, and it will happen, but more often than not, like, you just have to be the sacrificial friend and reach out. And so, and getting off of social media has helped that, because it's like, it's not that false sense of like, oh, they're fine. I know what's going on, because you're only seeing like a snapshot of their life, and probably a good highlight of their life too. You know? So yeah, you won't find me on the meets, sorry, but
well, I'm curious. Did you on the meets?
The social meets.
The what? What mead?
Social
like,
meats.
I know, but it made me think of mead.
Oh,
it's like
mead?
Wine.
Yeah, mead is like, I'm pretty sure it's sugar wine. Basically, it's like made from honey. It's like fermented.
Our friend Charlie. Yeah, does he still make mead?
Charlie makes pretty good mead. And there's a mead place in town that I've been wanting to try.
The meadery, something meadery.
Manic Mead. Shout out to Manic Mead.
Yes, CP.
Yeah, you can order online. Yeah.
Wow, they're not paying me for this, so
I know.
No, I was kidding.
They're nice people, though.
No, support local. I've always wanted to try that. I'm surprised I haven't made it there. We should go.
No, we really should. They're just open on the weekends, so.
Oh.
We'd have to plan it out nicely.
Gotcha. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I released a little episode where we're recording, what is today? July 28th. So tonight, July 28th, I'm releasing a very short little episode that I was just like, I had something come to me, and pause, break, cut. Cannot get this frog out of my throat. And I hate clearing my throat into the microphone.
Oh, I understand.
We're gonna laugh. I might cry, and I'm gonna want to tell you why, because hey, well, that's just life.
Intro complete. We're back. I had to clear my throat and drink some water. But I released a short episode of just like something that the universe was like making me feel like I just needed to get out there, because this past week has been very, very low for me, like as far as depression goes. And I mentioned that my episode following, so like Sunday, the last weekend in July, I was gonna do a totally separate episode kind of talking about parasocial relationships, because I've made an episode in the past sort of explaining like my life at the moment and kind of leading up to now, like why I've been distant in ways with people, but somehow still feel connected to them, because they're like reacting to like your stories, or they send like a haha emoji or something. But I don't really think that's like a conversation that I can really go super deep into myself, like not having someone else to talk to about that. So you had mentioned that you felt this like since becoming a mom, right? Or did you have that kind of parasocial relationship feeling before?
Honestly, it's hard to remember a lot of things before becoming a mom.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably a lot of that is like actual just body chemistry changing. But a lot of lack of sleep and a huge life change, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can vouch for that.
Very much so.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I would say that if I hadn't really connected with my friends, but I saw that like they were doing okay, in quotes, like on Instagram or Facebook, I'd be like, oh, they're fine. It's great. Okay. And I felt like I knew what was going on in their life, and it satisfied my like you're a bad friend feeling.
Yeah. And
which
that's
like
exactly
is not
what
cool.
it is. Yeah.
Like that's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't think I've ever actually looked up the definition. I'm gonna ask Siri right now. Hang on. Hey Siri, what is the definition of a parasocial relationship? Cut this out of the editing.
I found this on the web.
Okay. So it is more. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what a parasocial relationship, it's basically beep beep boop boop, Jenny back from editing. I'm a dom and I didn't actually read the definition of parasocial relationships, so I thought I would do that for you here now. For those of you who are not aware, parasocial relationships are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party is completely unaware of the other's existence. Parasocial relationships are most common with celebrities, organizations such as sports teams, or television stars. I thought this was super interesting, so I looked a little further into it, and I found some more information on it, and this Insider article says parasocial relationships are imagined friendships or relationships with a celebrity or public figure. Signs of a parasocial relationship, if you are wondering if maybe you have something like this going on in your life, the article says just because you're a fan of someone famous does not mean you have a parasocial relationship with them. The distinction is a bit murky, but the main thing to look at is the degree of emotional involvement. For example, if you feel proud of them when they succeed or annoyed when someone hurts them, that indicates a parasocial relationship, whereas not feeling particularly affected by what happens to them just means you're a fan. So here's some key signs. You're interested in a celebrity's life and you want to read about them. You root for good things to happen to them. You admire them and want to develop more of their positive attributes. You imagine meeting them and having conversations, and you would take their advice. It feels like they're keeping you company. You write letters directed to them. If you don't see them on the news or on TV for a while, you miss them. So, for example, a football fan who has a parasocial relationship with Tom Brady might cry when he loses a game. One simple way to look at it is if you think a celebrity the same way you think of one of your friends, that's a sign of a parasocial relationship. But if it doesn't really affect you and you can go on about your day not really worrying or thinking about them much throughout your daily life, then you're just a fan. Also, just to point out, this does not only apply to celebrities as mentioned, or famous people. This could be someone that you follow on TikTok and you just look forward to seeing their content. They cheer you up. You want to see if they've posted today, what they're up to. Maybe they are aware of your existence, but you're not getting much back from them. Same goes with like people that you went to high school with. Maybe they were your friend at some point. They know who you are, but you're not getting much back from them. That's where I think it can get sad, and it comes into play as like, I don't know, it just feels like not a good friendship. And some parasocial relationships can be beneficial and they can be healthy. They can build community and, trust and things like that. But then there's relationships like corn stars, or maybe you follow someone on OnlyFans and they're getting your money, they're getting your attention. They may or may not be aware of your existence, but you're the one getting gratification and satisfaction from them, and there's nothing else. So just something to keep in mind. I really, really thought it was interesting, and I think that does affect a lot of us mentally without us even realizing. And even like your family, your close family members, just be sure to like check in with people if they're actually part of your family, so that you're not stuck in this like, oh my gosh, this is a one-sided thing and so unhealthy for me. Anyways, back to the episode. But it happens in just like everyday people's life. They're like posting on their stories of their kids, and maybe you've never met their kid, or it's been 2 years since you've seen their kid, but you're like, oh my gosh, they're so big.
Oh yeah.
They're talking. Oh my. They're like, you just feel like you've been a part of their life and you haven't been.
Yeah. There's some like mommy vloggers. If I ran into them at Whole Foods,
you would know everything.
Yes, I would give them a big hug. I would ask them how their vacation was. I would, high five the kids and be like, "Have a great day."
Because they're on YouTube all day or posting vlogs and
often. they are a part of my life in a sense. I take time out of my day to watch someone else's life, which then that also was like convicting for me. I took my YouTube app off of my phone.
You did?
Because
you do usually watch it on the TV.
Yes, I watch it on the TV.
Like as if it were a TV show rather than scrolling all day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because again, I was finding myself wanting to watch like a mommy vlog instead of like sit and be present with my son. And I was like, what is wrong with me that I'm wanting to watch other people's kids?
Yeah.
And not my own kid play with his cars and be adorable.
And it's so weird how different like the world, that this is even a thing.
Sure.
And how big it's gotten, how popular even mommy vlogs and family vlogs are.
Yeah. And aside from it being entertaining, and it's okay for me to like watch something every once in a while, I think it does always come down to most of the time when we're scrolling, we're just uncomfortable in our own skin.
Yeah.
You know, we just can't sit with ourselves.
Oh yeah. That's why
it's a
I'm
whole
on
detox that has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it has happened slowly until like finally it's like, oh, I am just okay.
Yeah.
With it. I find myself, I told you the other day, literally looking at my email promotions, like
from People Magazine.
From People Magazine, I get all the breaking news about all the cheaters and liars.
You probably subscribed in 2008.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm subscribed.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, but I was just happy to kind of have this conversation with you because I've never really heard people that I know in person talk about this. Like most of the time people,
it's just like so normal, and I think it's okay, and for most people it is okay. I mean, maybe not. There probably science would tell us that it's not okay.
Yeah,
looking at your phone all day,
it's so bad.
It's not good for your brain, it's not good for your eyes,
it's so unhealthy. But that's like literally why I have to have a podcast playing if I'm doing like a mundane task or like cleaning or doing dishes. Like if there's not a friend on FaceTime with me or a YouTube vlog playing, or Maxina, XO McKenna. My grandma calls her Maxina.
But we love Maxina.
We love
Jenny introduced me to Maxina.
I've talked about Maxina McKenna, XO McKenna. On her name's not Maxina. I introduced my grandma to XO McKenna years ago. I went to her house and I was like showing her a new video. And I was like, oh, there's this girl. And I pull up her YouTube and she goes, oh, Maxina. I love Maxina.
I love her.
Mima, it's not Maxina. It's XO McKenna. But it's okay. We all love her. But I've talked about her on here. And Alyssa and I, like, you're probably my only friend that, like, talks to me about what McKenna's up to. Like, we are her best friends.
We are. And we're worried about him also.
We are worried about her right now. Yeah. But we started this kind of little tiny bit of this parasocial relationship conversation the other day because of all of the stuff that's in the media with my other, y'all know, don't come for me if I'm quoting Miranda Sings because she's been in my life forever. But if you're not aware of like what's happening with Colleen Ballinger and who plays Miranda Sings, she has a Netflix show, Haters Back Off. I'm sure you know who it is. She is in this predicament right now because of having parasocial relationships. Like, you're speaking to these people online, they don't know you, but you literally feel like they're your best friends. And I'm sure, like, she's got really close friends and family in her life that I'm sure she talks to every day. But like when she's feeling lonely, like feel like talking to someone online, like I feel better doing a podcast and releasing it, and then chatting with people on Instagram stories and having a conversation. Yeah. I don't know these people.
She looks at a lot of comments, and
you mean Colleen does?
Yes. Yeah. And why do I know that? Why?
Because she's your best friend.
And she's my best friend. Well, she used to be my best friend.
She used to be my mom.
We're not talking anymore. She doesn't vlog.
We're not talking anymore. She's not releasing content. She must be mad at me.
Yes. Definitely.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's just crazy. And it's not like I have to go much further into like detail with this whole thing. You can look more into parasocial relationships if you want to. But I have an episode a few months back where I talked about basically the same thing without having knowing that it was called parasocial relationships, but it can just riddle you with anxiety and you feel like you have these friendships and these people in your life, and they're not really there. They're distant and online, which can make you feel lonely. And then you feel bad for like being a terrible friend because you're not actually with them in person or catching up.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've lost a lot of people like in the past couple years because of that. I know they still like follow along or they comment on my TikTok or whatever, but like I miss them genuinely as a person, and they're not really there. So it's like I don't know how to I just want to be like aware of that being my life if I'm going to stay online, because I'm on social media because I genuinely enjoy making funny content, making people laugh. I like these podcasts. It's therapy for me. But it's really hard to like pull away and detox. So like the fact that you have your family now that's growing, and you've realized that, like, not even like really being like a big social media presence or whatever, just recognizing that that's like a thing that's so,
it's totally a thing,
unhealthy. It's hard to like unplug like that. So I'm proud of you for doing it.
Thanks.
But I miss being able to send you Instagram reels and stuff to laugh at.
If you send them though, like
you'll click on the link.
Yes. Or sometimes like my husband will DM me like funny memes on his Instagram, so then we'll lay in bed and he'll pull up his Instagram and
like days later
show me like what he sent me,
like catch up on
like
the
in
stuff
our
that
conversation
that you're missing out on online. But that's good because it's just like it's just funny and it's positive and it's nothing
it's
like
entertainment then instead of the like withdrawal and checking out. But I just think it's so hard for me. It's so hard. Again, that's why I said this is less about me being like, oh, I'm so great. This is like, no, for me, it's just, it takes me to that place of checking out and withdrawal.
Yeah. And then if you're just like having that time with Josh and like scrolling and looking at funny memes, like you're not really paying attention to like what your friends have posted. Like maybe you'll scroll and like a couple pictures, but like you're not like catching up with them in that way. So you are still able to go back to your phone and be like, I'm gonna text my friend today, or like call them, and like you can actually connect. And it's if you're not on like social media platforms where like you're being paid to and you have to do this as a job, like unplugging like that would be probably good for your mental health.
Probably good. Yeah, just try it. Even if you just take a week and you don't have to make a super lame post. Don't do what I do. Post.
Hey guys, unplugging. I'm just kidding. I actually don't know if I've done that in a while. I don't think I warn people online. I used to.
Now you might have to delete your app because if I move it in a different folder, I would just find the sneaky folder. Over and over and over.
Oh, don't they have like time limits on the app?
And I
nobody
would
listens to that.
Yeah, I would say, okay, thanks, and I'll keep
time to
scrolling.
Get off. Excuse me, don't tell me what to do. I showed Alyssa the other day on TikTok. Like I was scrolling till like 3 a.m. And it's actually pretty smart of them on TikTok. I'm surprised that they even do this because like they want your attention so badly. But like if you scroll for a little too long on TikTok,
even they know.
They still send TikTok tips. It's a page on TikTok. If somebody in your face pops up on the screen, whoa, are you scrolling again instead of sleeping? How long has it been since you've had some water? Maybe it's time to put your phone down and get some rest. Like they're literally like, excuse me. And the comments on those are hilarious. People were like, wow, F you. Let me be depressed in bed. But yeah, that was like a total rabbit trail that I wasn't really expecting and like to talk about, but I was gonna have this conversation with myself next week. And it was just nice to like hear it from another person. So I know I'm like not crazy.
And I know you post less now.
I do.
But I think it's just pretty relevant for our relationship because I come home and she's filming TikToks in my yard with a mini megaphone.
No, that was a live stream, but
okay. A live stream on TikTok. And, you know, and then I like have checked my Facebook on a desktop computer that day. But like
desktop computer. What are you checking it for? Just cause?
Yeah, like someone wanted me to like join a group.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Yeah, and they were like, "Hey, can you join?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll check it at work."
See you next month when I log into the desktop Facebook again.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But I just think, yeah, it's just relevant because we're like a little bit on the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But also, I do feel like there was a time when we didn't work together where I felt like I was like checking up on you on social media a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like if you were posting, I knew like, okay, she's good.
Yeah. Know? And that was for a while. It was really bad. I like wouldn't catch up with people because I was depressed and just
for sure. But then it was like, okay, no, like when I would just take the time and like actually chat with you, and I could see like, you know, maybe why you were posting or whatever. But
yeah,
I would much rather talk to you than scroll your million teeny tiny little
oh my gosh, I know. And I just did it again today. I'm so bad. It's because I'm really bad with I don't do the weird announcement of I'm taking a break anymore. I used to be like, I'm gonna take a break for a week, and then it would be like 4 weeks. But now I'm just like, I'm depressed. I'm just not posting, and people are like, where are you? You were supposed to post about this antique mall, and it's been like 4 months, and I just don't post anything. So then when I do go back to social media and I come out of it, it's literally 3,000 stories of me telling my life story and what I've been up to for the past 4 months. But that's where it's gotten slowly, like there's less and less people in my life from the past 2 years. Like during those spouts of I'm not online, they'd be like, hey, where are you? Are you okay? Turn your location on. Like you're in Florida, you're in Colorado, you're in Pennsylvania. And I would explain like, hey, I'm just like really depressed and like I need some time and some space, but like I promise I'll update you. But now instead of reaching out to me, they're just like catching up with my social media.
For sure.
And yeah, so we're like on two different sides of the spectrum, but it was interesting to hear like just from like a mother's perspective, you know, someone who's still going to work, you know, during the week like a normal person, not being a vagabond. But yeah, it's a thing and it can be unhealthy, and I appreciate you for like just letting me be in these states when I need to be and sticking around like after not being coworkers anymore.
Yes, which brings us to our episode.
The episode. Yeah, that was something else we wanted to talk about. I mean, we mentioned a little bit like living with each other, but I've had so many relationships that are like good relationships and good friendships. They've been my bridesmaids in my wedding and stuff like that. They were coworkers of mine, and some of them are still in my life, but most of them, like, you don't see, we catch up maybe every few months or they just fall out completely, you know? And I just remember when I was getting ready to leave the music school because I was just kind of not doing well mentally, and I was like, I just want to be at home more with my husband in my house with my pets and like be a good wife and daughter and, you know, etc. Leaving the music school, I remember just having this feeling of like, I don't think Alyssa's going to be one of those people that's like doesn't talk to me anymore because I don't work with her. We just got along so well.
Yeah.
And I think we're very different. We're very different people. And I don't think I have very many people in my life who are very different from me. Like a lot of my friends are like hyper and energetic and, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's true. Opposites attract.
They
absolutely do. It's a good balance.
Because you bring me up and I level you out. That is absolutely our friendship, 1000%. And I definitely need to have more fun, and you always bring the fun.
I mean, I feel like I'm not as much of an upper lately, but I try to be like, you know, they know on my podcast. They know where I've been and like how my personality's changed a little bit. I'm a little bit more of an introvert now. Like you asked me the other day, oh, if I wanted to go to Aldi with you. And I was like, immediately no.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
I hate the grocery store. I always have. But like I would have been like, yeah, let's get Aldi. I want to get some cranberry white cheddar cheese.
Yes,
like, absolutely not. I don't want to see another human being. And I've never been like that. But hopefully there's still bits and pieces of me there that make you feel that way, because yeah, I just don't want to be a downer, even though I might be in a bad place. But yeah, it's just nice to have a friendship that started the way that ours did, and we were able to like work together and get along at work.
Yeah, like we built a true friendship, not just like a friendship because we saw each other more than we saw our husbands.
Yeah,
but like,
which is kind of sad.
I know,
but
happens. That's why you've become friends with your coworkers, because like you see them more than your family sometimes, and it's like friends by like proximity almost, because like you're just there all the time.
Well, that's probably how work affairs start too. Like, you don't really like this person, you don't have a lot in common with them, and if you stopped working with them, so many relationships just like fall apart.
Yeah, or maybe they should be like working more, probably. But
what? What'd you say?
People who have affairs at work, maybe they need to be like actually working, not like,
and not goofing around.
Yeah. Don't go out to lunch. Don't go out after work together.
Ew.
You know, it's just like there's certain choices you make.
Yeah, but then it's like for you and I, it could have easily been like, oh, we did this event together at work, and you know, we went out to lunch one day, but we don't really like click or get along, and so when we stop working together, we just don't really talk anymore.
Yeah,
but
I was so taken by your like passion and creativity all of the time. Like, you could take a poster board and then make it like the most adorable like little sign or prop, or I don't even know. Like, just,
I'm obnoxious. Yes, I can like be a little too passionate.
Come with like a bag from Dollar Tree, and then just like the most beautiful, charming, cute, like, you know, thing would come out of it.
I'm trying to think of like events, I guess. I would make the little props for the photo booth.
Yeah, or just little things around the studio. You were really good at like cleaning,
organizing.
At the time, you had your YouTube channel, so like I loved that. I loved.
I do miss YouTube.
You liked design and like redecorating and everything,
like home decor. That's why we both fell in love with McKenna.
Yes, you were just really passionate about creativity and like really fun things, and you were so good at just doing a lot with a little. And I was like,
oh yeah, I'll never forget how pissed off you were that I painted a whole wall in my house with a little baby roller from Dollar Tree.
Yes, like,
because you gotta do something with what you got.
Just get a bigger roller. This is much more.
Our relationship.
The store is
Alyssa's like,
Dollar Tree.
Let's just go to the store and get a new roller. And I'm like, but I was just at Dollar Tree. I don't want to make a second trip. I'm just gonna paint the wall with this little 6-inch roller.
Yeah,
and I just I did it. But there are some things. I'll have to try and think of like specifics. But there's some things that like I should probably do better with, like not eating like leftover expired food for days. But that like you'll talk sense into me and be like, Jenny, this is not practical.
I mean, I guess
this is not a good idea. No, I haven't gotten sick. Guys, I've never gotten sick from leftovers. And I've never drank
like 4 days old.
I've never drank expired milk. I'll eat eggs like months after the expiration date. I mean, I think a lot of people do that though.
Yeah.
People freak out because of my Butterbell, but butter's fine on the counter. Doesn't get moldy for me. I just posted an Instagram story with you in the car today. I bought a little disco ball water bottle from Big Lots.
Yeah.
And filled it with my Red Bull from Big Lots in the car without washing it. Disgusting. And you're like, ew.
I would never. First of all, I would never put a Red Bull in my body.
Second of all, sugar-free.
Ew, even worse. I would never put it in.
I know. I don't even know who I am.
It's okay.
I don't even like fun. Red Bull.
You know what? That was like your shot of dopamine, right? For the day, or serotonin, whatever good brain chemical you need.
I guess. But I just think of it as like, it's just immunities. Whatever was in that disco ball that was bad for me, it's fine. I'm just like, that's not going to make me sick.
That's fair.
Later on.
Okay, also, I think, speaking of your parties, Like, your cool parties made me want to be friends with you.
The Stranger Things, I made an HGS poster from a Stranger Things wallpaper.
All that was so cool.
The leftovers.
You had just, like, been recently married, and, like, everything you did for your wedding was so beautiful. And you helped me with mine.
We didn't even...
Because I wasn't married yet.
Yeah.
You helped me with, like, a ton of my stuff.
Yeah,
like,
you weren't at my wedding because we didn't know each other yet.
Like, you helped me. So, yeah, and I'll say this. You are such a good listener, and you let me vent so many times.
I see, and it's so funny because I feel like I'm not. Like, right now, literally, like...
such a good listener. And maybe you're off somewhere else in your head.
I'm not, though.
But the fact that you're just, like, present, like, just sitting here and, like, just... and looking at me, maybe it's the eye contact. I don't know, but I do remember that. So it's like everyone wants to talk about themselves, and like everyone wants someone to listen to them. So I think just you were that perfect person, and it's kind of cool that you're not that much older than me, but
I'm
having
so old.
like
Tula, get married, have babies.
You look so old. Yeah, you know, we found out she's supposed to be 30 years old in my big fat Greek wedding.
I never
Tula
noticed.
is supposed to be 30 years old. I just turned 30 years old. They made her look
when I watched this movie,
old.
I was like, oh my god, she is so old. And I never noticed that she was 30.
30.
So to
it's
be like
insulting.
30 years old
so
in Chicago, single with no man. And she literally looks
that's a
like
Tuesday
my mom's
for most
age.
Women, okay?
Ay, mi madre. They do this to Tula.
So anyways, you are like an amazing person. So it was just, and when she had the interview,
oh my gosh, I'll never forget your reaction.
Her choker got her the job, okay? It was like her gold, like filigree lacy choker, and she had this a cute little A-line skirt on, and just like everything about her was just so lovely. She answered the question so nice. She was so warm. She's a freaking musician. We're a music school.
Yeah,
so like,
you guys loved that.
Yeah, we had to like,
she sings,
she's the girl, you know. And then, so yeah, there are all these positive things.
It was
then,
good. It was meant to be.
There are things that, you know, it's Jenny. Okay,
guys, I can't help it. I was 30 minutes late to my first day on the job
with a skull face. So, you know, I had to deal with a lot of bad luck Jenny at work.
So bad.
And
just careless
I don't know
Jenny.
if you guys picked up on this, but like I was your manager, but it never came between us. I don't think.
No, I don't think I never
because you were my friend so fast. I said like I would lay down myself so that you were okay a lot of the time.
No, you covered my ass a lot. And
but you covered mine.
I think
you
we
made
both
sure
did in different ways.
I like drank water and you like I don't know, like we just took care of each other. There was like that understanding. Like it wasn't that there was no like, oh, I'm like
I really liked when you would teach
position or whatever. Like
no, I didn't ever feel like that. And I appreciated it because like there's so many times where people are just like I'm the manager now. So like I don't know. Then they would act like my manager when we would go out to get drinks, you know, like after work. Like, okay, that's calm down. Like, it's fine. But I really liked your teaching days. Like when I was at the desk and you were like teacher and you would come out and you'd be like, can you print so-and-so's like music? And I'd be like, yes. And like be like your assistant. Like but then like also like keeping your students like really happy and like giggling in the lobby, you know, when you're like switching off with another parent in the background and you're like kind of side-eyeing me. Like, I don't know, running overtime. I don't know, it was just fun. It was a fun dynamic when it was popping on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was fun. I do miss it. I miss the music school sometimes. But yeah, I appreciate our little...
They miss you, and parents
oh my gosh,
still ask about you.
My regulars are still there.
Yes. There are a lot of regulars who still ask about you.
Really?
And of course, my boss still asks about you.
Oh, Dennis. Yeah, I'm grateful for our friendship and that it like stuck and that it lasted.
Yeah, and I think there were times where it could have fizzled out when you were just, again, like doing more at home and like really focused on your projects and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted...
You were making a balloon arch every weekend.
Dear God, so many baby showers.
Yeah, you know, you like were busy, but I think we, like, we made that sacrifice of reaching out and like getting coffee, getting lunch.
That's kind of how my life is now.
Getting like our guys together, you know what I mean? And then you throwing me the surprise baby shower when you didn't even like work with us anymore.
Yes, that was after. That was after I left. There were just so many baby showers.
Yeah. But you were just different, and I think every once in a while you find a work friend where it's like it just hits different.
Yeah,
and like we are gonna be friends forever. Good. Like clearly,
yeah. I forgot that
you've seen me at my worst.
Oh, girl, don't even have to. Don't gotta tell me. Alyssa told me today, you literally didn't leave bed for 7 days. Like, sorry. I don't know what's happening. Juliana, who is Luke? I should answer, you said?
Why do you have her Instagram? Why is it going?
Because she logged in on my phone once.
Look at your little face.
Ew. Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to go on her thing. I wonder if that's what was going off.
Oh, you're recording right now.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah. Really quick, because I've talked about this on another episode too. I have so much anxiety with it. I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you about it. You have told me a handful of times that I'm such a good listener.
Yeah.
And I like don't think I am. Like, well, I feel like I come off to people as if I'm not, because I've had a handful of other friends in my life be like, you just don't listen, and I'm like when you were telling me like you're a good listener, I was like, but I'm not. Like, I know I interrupted you, but it's because I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm like
digesting it,
taking
it in, and reacting.
I'm reacting, but I like don't know how to react. Like, I don't know how to cover my mouth and react like when you're done with your story. I like have to interrupt because I'm just a psycho. But that comes off to people as if I'm like not listening to them, but like I'm literally taking in every word that you're saying and trying to digest like what you're saying. And I don't know if maybe you just like understand me or like you get me that it doesn't come off like that, because you're probably like one of the only people that's like, you're such a good listener, and I bet, and you listen to me, and I'm like, you think that?
You do.
Oh my gosh.
You do?
No, I just have so much anxiety about it. But the only other person that I've heard talk about this is Colleen, my best friend online, Miranda Sings. Yeah. She's like, I'm listening to you. That's why I'm like interrupting you in the middle of your sentence, because I'm so excited that what you said, I relate to it.
It's the undiagnosed ADHD.
It's gotta be. I think hers is diagnosed. Well, yes. I have not been diagnosed. We talked about this today too.
We did.
I definitely.
No, I think you and Josh and probably my parents are the only people who I can like walk into a room and like I will just talk and download my day to them.
Yeah.
And
I don't mind.
I get so much like joy and excitement out of it. But yeah, everyone else I am kind of thinking about.
Be careful with what you say.
Yes, or like, what are they going through? Let me talk to them about that, you know, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I get it.
But I think that shows like just the freedom and the like connection that's like, I can be me in front of you.
And maybe that's part of it.
Let me tell you about my day and every single thought that I had.
I wish I had a little clip of you right now during this. She has her arms flailing in the air like a theater kid. Yeah, and maybe it is just like, it's just different from your perspective because of our friendship relationship, and maybe others of mine were like a bit more shallow in ways that I just came off, I don't know. I was called abrasive recently. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be abrasive. But like,
it's interesting, yeah.
But anyways,
you're not with me.
That was a side.
Yeah.
I can't keep one thought in my head.
But you're like not that around here though.
No.
Like with me. No.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. I think it's a certain someone or some people.
Certain someone.
No, yeah. Because, I don't know, because you just started like officially living here, so you're still like polite, and you're like, is it okay if I
pee in your bathroom?
Huevos. chorizo con huevo. And I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was delicious. If anyone can get a Mexican to live with them, I recommend it because
what is the song we've been singing? Yes, I do the cooking. Yes, I do the cleaning.
Yeah, because having the fresh tortillas and the chorizo and eggs and the avocado that was $3.
Oh my gosh!
But man, was it a good avocado?
That was kind of worth it. It was
totally
avocado.
worth it.
There's one more in the fridge. We gotta eat it.
It's probably bad, but it better not be.
Well, there is one part of this that I forgot to do in the beginning. Normally in the beginning of the podcast, I don't know if you've listened to any episodes, but I usually start off with we tell, if you want to, you don't have to, the worst part of your week, or like the worst thing that you've, I don't know, the past month, whatever.
Yeah.
The worst thing that's been bothering you lately. And then you follow up after getting that negativity out and like the ick. You follow up with a positive to end on a good note, but then another positive. I make people do too.
That's really
because
good.
It's like double the positivity after.
That's
like
a good exercise.
Usually we end up venting for like a few minutes, and like talking about the worst parts of our week.
Yeah, I've had a good week actually, and probably because like you're here, and my husband was out of town over the weekend, so like 5 days ago or whatever. So we had like a sleepover for a few nights.
Yes.
And obviously like Nani was super helpful with Cade. So yeah, when I would have been like super exhausted, I wasn't. I was just excited to have like Josh home. And then we got to have like a nice dinner together as a family, and it started the week off like awesome. And then we've had, you know, each other for company this whole week too. I don't know. I mean, we have house stuff like going on. So I guess that's like my stressor and my like
the
load.
Thing that's like weighing a little bit.
Yes. Is dealing with just stupid adult shit. Like, why did anyone let us buy a house? Because there's like a hole in our ceiling, like, and plaster falls just whenever it wants to, whenever it's dried up enough to just crumble and fall.
Her ceiling in her bedroom was just like crumbling. I feel so bad.
Yes. So obviously that is not fun.
Insurance has been a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh yeah. So it's been, well, we're going on 6 weeks now.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Dear God, I didn't know it had been that long.
Yeah, Monday it'll be 6 weeks since it happened.
Oh, that's a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
Yeah, so. For that to just be like literally looming over your head.
Correct. I wake up every morning
like it's
and
a
I
physical
see a hole
looming
in my bedroom ceiling.
Oh no, it's the worst.
All you bitches who have like this aesthetic bedroom, like literally I have a hole in my ceiling and it reminds me every day that it's like, you know, not moving forward. I mean, it is, but...
And then you just remember you got a vagabond in your house.
And then we're going to live in a construction zone.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to, like, sleep in the toy room.
Oh, no.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It sounds crazy.
Remember when I told you you're going to hate having a house?
I don't remember you saying that, but I'm sure there are times where you hate having a house, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like a lot is going to change in the next... like by the new year, like at my job and in our house, like we want to keep making improvements. This was kind of the catalyst to make some improvements.
Yeah.
And maybe like we want to move. Like hopefully my husband's doing or having a job that he likes more, or that just doing more of what he loves with music. So I'm pretty excited for change.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're the highlight of my week.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously. And I did not come on this podcast to say all this
stuff,
but
she's crossing her legs right now.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. I love you.
I've had energy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's like great. Yeah, I don't know.
I had like you had good. A down day the other day. Not down, but it was just stressful. And for some reason, I think I was telling you, like, God, the universe, like, gave me.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't have.
Yeah, you had the energy and I didn't.
But it's like I don't have energy. Yeah. No, I don't have like motivation to do anything. Mm-hmm. I haven't had a lot of energy.
That the spaghetti day?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But for some reason, I was like, yeah, I can make some spaghetti and like not want to slit my throat, like
yes.
while doing it. Yes. Like whereas
thank you.
Getting up to brush my teeth is like I just can't do this right now. I don't want to do it. But for some reason, I'm glad I worked out that way because I don't know, I'm sure your mind was just like racing and.
Oh yeah, like
you had I was so just, much to do.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, there's gonna be no dinner. I'm gonna get to work late.
But like, I'm
kids crying because he needs a nap. It was just chaos. Yeah, some random dude has to show up from the insurance adjuster had to show up early unannounced. Yeah. So it was a little kooky. And then and then I go to work. You know, it's like. I do so much before 1 p.m. now. Yeah. Remember?
Oh, I would.
We used to wake up at like noon.
Yeah. I would get ready in 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. But now I get up at
sometimes I would ride my bike
6:45.
It was stupid. It was a whole other life. Like for both of us, but in really different ways. Mm-hmm. Like before you had a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Before. Yes. And we've both been in like dark places, but like opposite sides of the spectrum. But yeah, like everybody's going through something in their own way, and you just never know.
It's true. It's true.
So I'm grateful for friendships like this.
Me too.
That's all.
Me too.
I won't go into the worst part of my week. Everybody knows I'm just always depressed and laying in bed and sleeping. But if I really had to think about the worst part of my week this week, it was embarrassing myself by consistently saying that Tori finally released Tori Kelly finally released her Airbnb record. You know, it's just like I was so happy to like be listening to her EP album that she just released last night because it was just gonna be upbeat and just like Airbnb, you know? I look over in the kitchen when I'm telling Alyssa this story, and she's got her big ass jug of water in her hand. I think that's what you had, right?
Or coffee.
She was sipping her coffee, and she's being really quiet over there while I'm talking about Tori Kelly's Airbnb album. And I look over, and if I could show you the face she was making, her whole face was like scrunched and like laughing so hard with her lips pursed, like trying not to spit out her coffee.
I was trying not to spit out my coffee. I was trying not to pee.
Yes. She's like, my legs were crossed.
Because I let her have the first one, okay? I let her have the first.
I said
the album is... You know, it's Airbnb. All right, I let it slide.
You're like, oh, she knows what she meant to say.
Right. And it's like Airbnb, so it's like upbeat, and I just couldn't. I just hit. I just hit the floor.
Stupid.
I hit the floor. Even my son got in.
Mortified.
I'm laughing at her, not with her.
Yeah, that is the worst part of my week. Do you know how embarrassing it is to have a almost 2-year-old from the other room going laughing so hard because his mom's cackling. But it's because I'm helping manage an Airbnb, which I think I've talked about on here. And I just have so much about this freaking Airbnb on my mind. And I think I was just like...
It's the Airbnb?
Yeah, it's the Airbnb. So if y'all haven't listened to Tori Kelly's album, her Airbnb EP's out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was great.
But yeah, that's probably one of my positives for this week was... like spending more time with Cade. He's really funny. He's warming up to me more. He wouldn't let me like hold him before, or he was like like wanted you like if I would try to hug him
first thing in the morning.
For some reason, my nickname like with all the kids and my friends and family is Nani, and I just like
your auntie name, you know, Nani.
Yeah, Nani, Nani, and he like randomly just started saying Nana. So like for like maybe a week.
Yeah,
a week
it was
or two.
A while, yeah.
He was saying Nana. So it just kind of stuck.
You like went. You were gone for like 2.5 weeks, and when you came back, he could say Nanny
like randomly.
Yeah,
like it just went from Nana. We're like, we don't know why he says this. Everybody's calling me Nana. And I walk in the door and they're like, he was asking for Nanny. And it's just really cute, like hearing his little voice, like say my name. And like he wants me to play with him and stuff now. And
he does. And he's bossy about it.
He is bossy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what was it he said to me the other day? He was like, come on now.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what he said.
I was like, okay, sir. And another positive to follow up from the horrendous embarrassment of the freaking Airbnb comment. I don't know, something random. My disco ball cup today made me really happy. It was sparkly in the cup.
It was so nice.
But yeah, it's just been nice to be here. I was really, really sick when I got back from traveling and laying in bed for like a week. So I just kind of gave myself a little bit of like grace to like, you know what? I'm not working on the camper. It's really freaking hot. My car, every light on the dash is on right now, and I'm scared to like drive it around. So I feel like I'm kind of stuck. I can't really do anything or go anywhere until I get these things situated. So I've just been like here. And it's been nice spending time with you guys.
Yeah, it has been. It really has been.
Did you do a second positive to one up the bad?
Okay.
Well, you remember.
Okay, so you're mine. Well, like, you're one. Oh, I mean, yeah, Mike. So the reason why my husband was out of town was because his band was recording is it an album if it's 7 songs?
Yeah, Tori Kelly's a 7.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like an EP. Whatever.
Oh, I guess. What is the difference? What is an EP?
I don't know. We should probably know these things.
Hey, Siri. What is the difference between an album and an EP?
Here's what I found from musicgateway.com. The difference between an EP and an album are the number of songs that will be on the track list and the length of the running time of the project in total.
So Tori had 7, and it was 20 minutes.
So it might be an EP. Okay, maybe.
What makes it an
album? It's 7 songs.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
learn something new every day.
Yeah. Anyways, they the songs sound so good, even just like the rough cuts. But seeing my husband so freaking happy
about something that he's passionate about.
Yes. Obviously that's just like contagious, and being able to listen to like the music he created as a family in the living room together, and like seeing our son dance, like this is what we've dreamed of.
Yeah.
This
is
like
what dreams are made
though. Like since we were like dating, like I remember us like sitting at a coffee shop just like dreaming about having a church to go to one day together, having a band that we were in together, like like having a family that would just like grow up caring about I don't know, just the real stuff, the stuff that really matters, and like that goes beyond the surface. So that's a huge positive for me.
Yeah. And see that like huge. That was all like encapsulated in my like it's just been like a nice time the last couple weeks with you guys. Because I got to experience that too.
Yeah. You're like a part of my little family.
Yeah, the couch vagabond. I've seen it all.
She's growing up though.
Today
and I will say this. Okay, that's true. I will say this, and I said it to you too. Like, I feel like we have both grown a lot this last year.
You sure about that?
Yes, and like the windows of time for our like bad days are getting shorter.
Yeah.
In the way we're responding, the way we're coping.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely see us taking strides in just a healthier direction. That doesn't mean it's perfect. It's just like healthier.
I'm hoping.
And shorter.
Yeah.
And like we keep moving forward with our freaking lives.
Yeah. I think I see a light at the end of the tunnel to to feel like it's healthy, because I think that it has gotten shorter and like not as bad. I mean, this last depression that I was in was pretty rough, but it had been a while since I've had one of those, so like that's a positive, you know. But yeah, I went through a moment where I was like, I hope it's because I am like growing and getting healthier, and it's not just because like my body's just used to taking the blows, you know, because for a while it felt like that, like, oh, it's fine. What's gonna happen next? You know, just used to it, which is like not a good feeling. It's not fun, but yeah, I do see a difference too, and I'm glad that you're like vocal about that, because it's nice to know that somebody else, you know, just going through the waves with you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And you're worth it. You're worth all the work, and you're worth so much more than you know.
Thank you. You too. We were thinking about singing on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, how long is it now? We just said 30 minutes, 40, 50. It's over an hour now.
Yeah.
So
now I know why podcasts are long.
Yeah. And I ask people too, like, do you guys like shorter podcasts or do you like long podcasts? And I've had a couple people tell me they like that they're lengthier, like when you're having an actual conversation with people.
So you can
because
let it roll.
They're like washing the dishes and folding the laundry, like.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
And then if it ends, you got to find another one to listen to, you know. So
that's true.
But yeah, I don't ever want to like feel rushed in conversation or anything. And I feel like we rabbit trailed, but they were good rabbit trails, you know?
It's all good.
We covered it all.
I hope they got the gist of it.
Yeah. What was the other thing? I think that was it, right? And we were going to sing, but we can do like we can sing for y'all, because they've asked me on here quite a bit to like sing on the podcast.
If you just like post it separate, like a little something.
That's what I mean.
Like, thingy.
Coworker relationships, living with a friend. Yeah. And I really, you know what else is a positive for my week? Seaky mama.
We're not telling the world.
No, we can't. Mama we can't. Just know that her son says Seaky mama in the cutest way. And I love it. It's the cutest freaking thing. But one thing that I have not done with, I don't think we've done it, like just randomly in the car. We end the podcast with Word Girl. It's a little game, word association.
Okay.
Have I done it with you?
No. I'm ready.
Oh my Lanta.
I love games.
Stop.
I do.
I haven't done Word Game Girl with you.
And I love when they play games on podcasts.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm going to start a new thing because we don't know how long this is going to turn into. Okay. It might be really quick because I don't know. Our brains might work pretty similarly.
Okay.
We might get there. So basically, I count down from 3.
Oh no.
She's like cozying up on the couch.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm getting in position.
Oh my gosh. You probably played this before.
No.
You count down from 3 and you say a random word. Like just any word out loud. Okay. You say one and I say one.
Okay.
And then we find a common denominator with those 2 words.
Okay.
Count down from 3.
Okay.
And say a random word that like goes with them.
Okay. I can only think of like one word right now.
Okay.
I was like trying to just.
Yeah, it's just like a random word. Okay.
I don't want to think of it before.
No, we can't. We
get
can't
it out of my head.
Yeah. It usually it kind of leads into like little rabbit trails of like why we thought of that word and stuff. But okay, ready?
What if I like close my eyes? Like
you can close your eyes. Yeah, just
try to manifest a word.
Whatever your brain tells you. But you can say the word that you were thinking. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have one in my head that I've been thinking of.
Okay. It's really lame.
It's really lame. Okay, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Pillow.
Blanket. Oh my god.
But it's because we have pillows and blankets.
Wait a minute.
It's so lame.
Wait a minute. Can I get this on video?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little clip of this.
We need to.
Oh my god.
Should we do it again?
You gotta show. No, I'm just. Okay, ready? I look like crap, but this is us right now on the couch. We've got pillows and blankets. I love that you're like, it's gonna be so lame. It's gonna be so lame. We're playing Word Girl, okay? So, do you know now what we do?
No.
You said pillow. I said blanket. So now we got to think of something that goes with those 2 words, like in common. We're trying to land on the same word.
Okay.
The game is over.
I'm ready.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Bed.
Ow! I'm trying not to scream. Your face. Bed. She goes told you. Okay, can we do it again? Because that was so quick. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Okay. Ew, this. Okay. I'm so ugly. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Guitar. Oh. Okay, you said car. Yeah. And I said guitar. Yeah. So what's the first thing you think of that goes with both of those? All right.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Cade. She my best friend. We land on the same word. Oh my gosh. It like rarely happens. Me and Juliana probably went for like 15 minutes, like back and forth and back and forth. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta do another one.
Okay.
Last one.
Except, like,
last
I
one.
don't know,
I'm burning up.
Okay.
Okay, random. Ready?
Random.
Me too.
Are you ready?
3.
I have to close my eyes.
Yeah. She already knows her word. She's closing her eyes. 3.
I forgot we were recording.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to change
See,
it.
but that's good. You forget that we're recording, so it just feels like we're hanging out. Yeah, the one that you were like, it's really random. 3, 2, 1. McKenna.
I didn't know you.
Yeah, I guess I should have said you can use proper nouns.
Yeah, that's okay.
I
guess we said Kate. So.
Yeah, we did. Oh my god. Okay. McKenna and Cone. I don't know which way I want to go with this. Yeah. It can go a couple ways for me. Oh, yeah, it can go a couple different ways. Like, really think about it. McKenna and Cone, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got it? You got one? Look at that face.
I mean, I could, like, really stretch it. I don't know.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
Just McKenna and Cone. We got it. We're going to do it 3 times. On the second try, we land on the same word.
We are?
Yeah.
McKenna and Cone?
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I just thought of something else now. There's a few things I could do with this.
Right?
If we don't land on it, I'll explain.
Okay. Okay. Maxina
and Cone.
Okay. I'm just going to say it. It's probably going to be wrong.
I have like a couple different routes I can go.
Me too.
And then one route that's like, I don't know which word to choose for it.
Okay. Do that one.
Okay. 3.
No. I'm scared.
No.
Okay. Why not?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Construction. And were you gonna say like renovation or remodel? Yeah, remodel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because she's been working on her cottage.
She got construction cones.
Yeah. But I also thought like Kinsley, like, yeah, we could go.
Oh my gosh, no, I was thinking like cone.
Why, but
I didn't even think of that one. That's
or
a
DIY.
One.
I was thinking like
my first word was DIY.
Yeah, and then I was like, no. And then I was like,
it's too broad.
Okay, think big, yeah. Like
why would she have a cone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've never done that. Dude, we land how?
3 times.
3 times, 2 times.
Okay, one more time.
Yeah, I was gonna say remodel, but then I was like, oh, painting, because like she uses stuff to prop up, like those little cones to prop up her things while she's painting.
Funny.
Then I was like, painting, color wheel, like a cone, like from your eyes, like a color wheel. But I was like,
I'm really thinking.
Well, because I was like, what could you have possibly like be thinking of with McKenna? Like, I'm just crazy. How the freak did we both say construction? Dude, that is so funny. And then I get comments on these from people like, I was gonna say this on that part. Like, how would you guys take so long to get there, you know? That's really funny. Last time.
Okay, last time.
You like
do we want the letdown?
This is so fun, right?
We should end on a high note, right?
That was a good one.
Okay. That's how we end though.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I've never. You know what's weird too is because I think we're very, like, we're different personality types. But why do we think the same way? Because like people that like my personality is like similar to. Like me and Shelly were like the same person. And she's like, why would you say that? That's so stupid. Why would you think of Chihuahua for dog? I'm like, because like, I don't know. Like forever. We were driving for 16 hours. I was like, Shelly, you suck at this game. That doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, you're so good at that. You know, I thought I for sure had played that with you.
No.
Wow.
I enjoyed that, and I love games.
Congratulations. That's a good one to
Thank
use.
you.
Aren't you going on a trip? That's a good one for road trips.
Yes, we are going on a trip.
Like you and
We're
Josh.
flying, but yeah.
It's okay. You can annoy everybody on the plane.
Yeah. We deserve it.
Wow, I'm so proud of us.
Me too.
For so many
Thanks
reasons.
for having me.
Thanks for having me. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, can you plug Josh's music?
Not yet.
Like, are they releasing it somewhere?
Yeah, eventually, yep. Yeah, they're working on the artwork and
Okay.
a band page and all that good stuff.
This is perfect timing because my laptop's about to die.
Well, I'll do like an anti-plug. Take some time to get off of your social media.
But still subscribe to my podcasts.
Yeah.
And
just connect to friends. Like and subscribe.
I'm just joking. No, yeah, for sure. Unplug when you can and do something
when
healthy
it's
for
right.
your brain.
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
Good. Love you. Thanks for joining
you, world.
Me. Love you.
It's
world.
what you make it.
Yes. And I always end on don't forget to love yourself.
Don't forget to love yourself, Jenny.
Thanks for being ill for real with me today.
Ew.
Ew. Ew. Cochina.
Cochina.
Bye.
So